But we're going to start the program out, SamAnt, and just kind of share with the people, some of the things that we go through as entrepreneurs. Master P put out a video, inspirational video. We want to play that clip and just share our thoughts on that.
Indeed. Let's get to it.
Yo, so it's 2020. That's what I want to tell y'all. This is about getting out of your comfort zone. Anybody that want to be successful, I'm here with my kids. I want to tell y'all it's not about winning. We don't care if you lose. Everything is a lesson, a learning experience. Like Abraham had to leave his land.
He had to leave his country. God told him to leave with just his family.
Yep.
And at the end of the day, it shows you can only grow in a certain soil.
Yeah.
Environment is everything.
Oh, yeah.
God knows best.
So people don't realize you got to get out your comfort zone. I want people to know, even me being here, it's not about music. I want to teach my people economics, banking. I want to teach them financial literacy. I got the Master P Master Class. Rome, it's like I get thousands of people come to my concert. If I say I'm going to teach you something, give you the blueprint on life so you can raise your family, your kids, a couple hundred people might show up. Yeah. We got to change that.
Got to change that, man. Good. Yeah. Well said by Master P. Oh, God, what you think about that?
Yeah, well, we seen that too when it comes down to like even what we do, like a video be about something, beef or whatever, you get hundreds of thousands of views. But if we talk about, we got a mentorship class or something that we want to help people show them
a school in Africa.
Yeah, something like that. 600 to 1,000 people may just be interested in it. And it's definitely something that has to change, but it's important, that Master P continue to do that, because you reach one reaches 10,000, 2, 20,000, 3, 30,000. So it's just like out of those 200, man, hopefully they're taught to bring people in and show them what they learn so that they can be successful. I know that's one of the things that I kind of kick myself about so much, is not learning about finances, real estate, credit earlier on in life, like 10 to 15, 10 to 18. We should be learning about that. Because you get, you go through it, and what happens is we learn by trial and error. We fuck up our credit, we overextend ourselves. Next thing you know, you're 30 years old trying to clean up from mistakes you made in your 20s. And it's just like, imagine if somebody took the time to give us those tools, so we knew that, all right, you got to save a certain portion of your income. Okay, you got to keep your credit clear. Okay, you got to try to live under your means or below your means as much as possible. But we were never taught that. We were taught to the contrary. You could get a job, go work, and you can't really get ahead. You you can, but it's that much harder, to do. Also, obviously, entrepreneurship, as I'm sure Master P is going to get into, is I think should be taught more. But I salute it, man. It's nothing you could say ever negative about that. I just hope he continues to do that, man.
Yeah, and it's important. Like you said, we don't get to. I wish we would have learned this sooner. Hell, I wish that people would have told us that we could restore our credit faster than what we were taught. Because I remember hearing ghost stories. Once your credit was screwed up, it was messed up for 10 years. So I used to go, fuck it, it's messed up. So I mean, I might not even care about it because it's screwed up. There's nothing I can do. That's a lie. And all we could do now is pass it on to the generation behind us. And that's why I think it's we got a real bright future ahead of us, because we're starting to open doors for different circumstances that we weren't privy to having. Now, we always grew up under some hardworking people that busted their ass. No matter what line we look down in our family lineage, they all worked hard. You know what I mean? But we weren't taught the fact that we can do this on our own. We can be our own bosses, our own entrepreneurs. And we didn't have to go to a 9-to-5 job and take away 40 hours a week from our family, add 10 hours to that with travel, 50 hours a week from our family.
Yeah.
We can devote that to them and make 10 times more than we can ever make sitting there clocking in and out of a job. Thank God we have that now. And people also don't give you the grind. And that's the great thing that I know that we've kind of been taught, is how to be resilient, how to get up when you get knocked down. There's never a time where quitting is in the vocabulary. I don't give a fuck what you're doing. If you get fired from a job, take it as a blessing in disguise. Find a silver lining in it and work hard, because adversity, like I put on Twitter today, adversity is nothing more than you're testing your will. How are you going to respond from something that may potentially scare you, hurt you, set you back a couple steps? How are you going to respond from that? And that ultimately comes your greatest result. I remember reading Charlemagne's book with Black Privilege, and he talked about how he got fired from 100.3 to Beat when he was out here in Philly, and then he had to move back in with his mom. He was 30-something years old with his wife and his kid, and he didn't know what was going to go on. And then not Cactus Jack, what's my man? I forgot his name. You got pardon me right now. Rest in peace. Right. He
Combat Jack. You mean?
Combat Jack. Yeah. Called him up, told him to go out to 105, do his thing, and the rest is history.
Right,
Seemed like long ago, but it wasn't that long ago. So always staying resilient, always never quitting, and always responding to adversity, man, is what breeds champions. And that's why it's good that those 200-300 people that was sitting in there, although it may not seem like much because people like to be entertained, people don't like to respond to adversity, and those are your diamonds in the rough.
Yeah,
those 200 or 300, potentially 10 to 15% of those are going to change the world, man.
Yeah, and a lot of times, Sam, man, you know, like I know, you ain't always going to see it clear, the picture. Like you may like, it may not. Oh, it didn't go like I planned. You still got to stay the course. You still got to fight through it. And I was listening to a brother, man, and it really definitely inspired me because the inspiration comes from knowing that you've done things before, but you got to have confidence to know you can continue to do them. And sometimes people, they'll do it and they'll start getting down on themselves. But he was saying that pretty much Oskino, you know, former member of Rockefeller, was saying that he was to go around and tell everybody that he was going to sign with Rockefeller. And, you know what I mean, on his 21st birthday, he signed with him. And we've been there where we talked things out and people thought we was crazy as hell. But then, you know, a few years later, a few months later, now we're walking into it. So you got to see it. You know what I mean? You got to see it first, but you ain't always going to see it when you're going through it. It's like a double-edged sword. Like you got to be able to imagine it, that you can be like you want to be the boss, you want to be the CEO, but you might not always see every single step it is to get there. Sometimes you got to just push through. And when you see a hurdle, act like it ain't there and keep forward. And this fell forward is the main thing, man. Definitely.
Yeah, and negativity always screams louder. It's like a barking dog, but it's all bark. You know what I mean? When you sit back and you really get to work and really get to get rid of the distraction and stuff, the real beauty and the real reward is behind the silent work and the silent things that we don't get to see or we really don't get to publicize or enjoy as much as the negativity, man. But y'all keep moving forward to 2020. Don't fall into the cliche, new year, new me. Start fresh, do your thing, and keep it consistent, man. That's all we can say over here.
Yeah, definitely. Well, you know, shout out to Master P and all he's got going on with his business endeavors. I want to talk about this, Sam, man. YG jumped on Twitter yesterday, and a lot of people in the community was talking about this, and I wanted to bring it to your attention and hear your thoughts on this. Now, YG, as his Twitter says, Stay Dangerous, put, it's been brought to my attention that my old views on life was ignorant. I apologize to the LGBTQ community for ever coming across like I was anything but respectful and accepting. Live, love your life, gang. Now, it's not clear by anyone why exactly he's coming out with this apology, but in fact, he did. Sam, man, what do you think this comes from with YG? How do you feel about it?
Well, if I'm not mistaken, because I really don't know like that, but he's dating Kalani, right?
I think they were. I think they broke up.
Okay. So, I mean, he said it came to his attention. So I don't know if any backlash has come to his doorstep or somebody privately said something to bring something back to his attention. He felt the need to publicly apologize. Now, if he felt the need to publicly apologize, I ain't mad at him. That brother spoke his piece. Cool. And I'm not going to say anybody doesn't deserve apology if you sat back and you offended people, but I just think that we walk a real thin line into a real fine line when it comes to certain demographic of people, and it's not fair across the board. And it's either we're going to play it one way, we're going to not give a fuck, and we're just going to be able to speak our mind and do our thing, and people have to get tougher skin, or we're going to walk down this politically correctness line where we're not allowed to say anything about anybody. Which one is it? Because I get confused some fucking time. I'm from a 90s era. I'm from an 80s. I'm an 80s baby. And we got to say what we want, and things were said right back to us, however it was said back to us. So get a little confused when we had these apologies and certain things, not to offend anybody. You know what I mean? But he spoke his piece, and I guess he felt the need. Good for him.
I mean, yeah, you know, I think maybe he got some backlash. And I break it down like this, man. There's certain groups of people who have more power than others.
Hell yeah.
And this is another example